It could be a very active day here across North Texas, as we've been talking about. Things quiet out there right now, but be prepared for the storms that we will potentially see a little bit later this morning, and certainly as you get ready to come home from work a little bit later this afternoon. DFW Airport, no delays out there early on. But this will change. Travel certainly going to be disrupted out at the airport. So if you have some afternoon flights planned, maybe somebody coming into town, this will certainly disrupt the issue. We will have some issues out at the airports with those storms as they fire up a little bit later on today. So let's get you on out here this morning. Satellite radar composite things are going to be pretty quiet for the first few hours of the day. But as we head toward late morning, heading into the afternoon, as we mentioned earlier, initially up along the Red River, we will see those storms that do get going up along around the Red River, Gainesville, Sherman, maybe pushing down toward Denton and McKinney by early afternoon. As we look ahead to around noontime and then later into the afternoon, those storms begin to push down into the Metroplex. This is around 3 p.m. You see from Gainesville down toward Decatur, pushing into Denton County there and down toward the Metroplex just in time for the afternoon commute, it looks like. Between 3, 4, 5 p.m. this afternoon, showers and storms are going to be likely with that severe weather threat really ramping up around the Metroplex during this time frame. So this is around 5 p.m. Those continue as we get into the early evening. A little more widespread activity continues as we head toward 8, 9 o'clock. And then as we get later into the evening, still around 11 to around midnight, still going to have showers and storms likely across the area with that locally heavy rain and that severe weather threat continuing. Things will start to taper off, though. I think after midnight heading into tomorrow morning, things should be relatively quiet before we get that next round moving in as we go through the day on Thursday. But again, there's that severe weather outlook for today. The golf ball plus size hail, the damaging wind threat, 60+ mile per hour winds, and that isolated tornado threat. It is going to be low today, but certainly something we'll be keeping an eye on as we go through the day. Now, again, not everyone in the enhanced risk will see severe weather for today, but again, be weather aware for all of us as we head into the afternoon. Now, tomorrow, we'll see the storms, probably less coverage, I think, tomorrow. So not everyone will see storms tomorrow, but they will initiate in the afternoon, maybe north and west of Dallas and Fort Worth. And a lot of what we see tomorrow will depend on what happens today as far as the storms are concerned, but still kind of scattered about around 5 p.m., especially off toward north and east as we get into the early overnight. And then by Friday morning, things do start to taper off for us, and we'll get a brief lull in the thunderstorm activity going into the weekend. But again, we do have that slight risk for severe storms as we get into Thursday afternoon as well, with hail and wind being the main concerns. Locally heavy rain. We do have that flood watch that's in effect through Thursday night. So we are talking about 1 to 3 inches, maybe upwards of 5 inches in some places. So definitely keep that in mind as flooding will become a concern as well with these storms. All right, here's the 14-day forecast getting us through the holiday weekend. We will see those temperatures getting back into the low mid-90s Saturday and Sunday. A little bit cooler, I think, as we get into Memorial Day there on Monday, but high still in the lower 90s. Slight chance for some very late day storms on Monday with a cold front moves in that will knock those temperatures down for the early and middle part of next week, getting us down into the mid-80s and slight chances for some showers and storms heading into the 1st of June. All right, let's get you back over to Deshara checking on traffic.